In this episode of Dolce Vita, living the supercar dream. Savour the best of Cantonese cuisine. Appreciate abstract painting that integrate Chinese and Western artistry. And check out the latest trend in the sartorial world.
Owning a supercar is the dream of many car aficionados. Some people like torque and horsepower, others like head-turning design, and of course some really enjoy the driving performance that the technology and mechanics of these cars bring. Personally, I think these cars are really cool because they're like a piece of art. Even if it's a rainy day and you don't drive it outside, just looking at the rims and the buttons and other small details can bring you a lot of joy. Now, whether you're already a supercar owner or aspire to live the supercar lifestyle, I'm going to be talking to a friend today who knows a thing or two about these high-performance beasts.
As the country director of a supercar dealership, Max Suterasardo is a car lover himself. His father took him for a ride in a supercar when he was a teenager. And since then, he has become obsessed with these beautiful mechanical creations.
Hi, Max.
Hi, Desmond. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Thanks for having us. Tell us, what makes a car qualify as a supercar?
Supercar. This is an interesting question, and a lot of people is asking, actually. So, 20 years ago, a supercar will be defined as per its power, if you want, as per the performance. And we talk about 500 horsepower plus, something like that. Nowadays, with all the technology that we have, it's really easy to reach such performance. So it will be more points to add to define a car a supercar. We will talk about the looks of the car, which is really important. So the looks of the car has to be somehow dramatic. You have to have this feeling in yourself, wow. So if you have this feeling of wow, then you can talk about something special, something about supercar. But I will put in addition other points, like the price tag. It has to be something that not everybody can afford. On top of that, I believe that a supercar should be exclusive. So it's not something that you can drive every day. It's something that you need to cherish. So something rare, something wow, something dramatic. This is what will define a supercar.
How would you explain people's love and almost, I would use the word obsession for supercars?
This is an obsession, and you will consider your car like your second wife. There is two types of people in life. Some people, they will buy a supercar for their social status, if you want, so their lifestyle. Some other people will buy a supercar just because they want to enjoy how the car is drivable, to enjoy the performance, to enjoy the luxury of the car. These two types are linked somehow because either you buy because of your social status, but you will still have this performance.
Yes.
So you can still enjoy totally the drive of the car and the performance.
What do you enjoy most about driving a supercar?
Driving a supercar, what I will enjoy is that I can fully engage the car. The car will not drive me. You have a comfort mode, a sports mode, and a track mode. So actually you have the looks of a beautiful car and a supercar, but you can still cruise on the road. Yeah, you take some G-force on you and you felt it.
Sure.
And this is what is amazing about supercars. Nowadays, supercars can be driven on daily basis.
Supercars, of course, have always been on the cutting edge of technology. Where do you see the supercar industry heading?
I don't know, because people still love this petrol engine. They are petrol heads, and this is what they like in terms of supercar. This noise of the exhaust coming out and people turning their heads when they are passing by. Yes, we can see the change right now with the hybrid and the full electric cars, but I don't know. I cannot answer this question, but I believe it will go again more and more.
Supercars have always been a great arena to showcase the latest and greatest in car technology. The development of eco-friendly supercars means that manufacturers can do something nice for the environment while still giving you a rush of adrenaline. I think that's a pretty good idea. What about you?
Desmond, when I was living back in Canada, I used to go to Chinatown every once in a while to have dim sum with my family. So dim sum really was my first introduction to Cantonese cuisine. But actually, it has a lot more to offer. Recently, I've been introduced to Chunde cuisine, and I fell in love with the dishes instantly.
Well, Lena, I'll be honest, when I first tried Chunde cuisine, it wasn't my favorite, but over time, I've really learned to appreciate it, and now I know what to order. Today, we're going to be speaking to a Chunde chef, and apart from getting to try his wonderful dishes, we'll also be talking about Chunde drinking and eating culture.
Born and raised in Sundak, Chef Ho Wai-shing got to taste some of the best food in southern China since a very young age. After over 40 years of experience in culinary arts, he's known for showcasing his cultural roots through his cooking. Fried milk is a traditional treat from Sundak. Chef Ho added his personal touch to this dish by combining lobster meat into the smooth and aromatic milk. And the result is a heavenly dish that nobody should miss. In Western food culture, soy milk is known to be a vegan favorite. But in Chinese culture, soy milk is a beverage that many love. Here, the chef simmered homemade pork meatballs with soy milk, creating a highly nutritious and delicious dish. Char-grilled barbecue pork and chicken liver is one of the oldest known recipes in Cantonese cuisine. After marinating overnight, the pork and the chicken liver are grilled together on a stick. Besides mastering the art of temperature control, the chef also needs to continue turning and basting the skewer the whole time to keep the meat moist and flavorful. Beautifully charred, this savory dish is going to be your new Cantonese barbecue favorite. Sundak cuisine is best known for showcasing the freshness and original taste of the local produce, since the region is blessed with a wide range of freshwater seafood. Many Sundak recipes feature fish, like mud carp. Mud carp is full of small bones, so the chef first fillet the fish and chop the meat into paste while keeping the skin, head, tail, and fin intact. The chef then bashed the fish paste for at least 200 times to create a springy texture. Before pan frying it, the paste is stuffed back into the fish skin. There's probably no other fish dish that requires such intensive work.
You know, this lobster is a feast for the eyes as well as the tummy. And the presentation is exquisite, as is the taste. The chef used a very tender lobster, and it was a perfect pairing with the egg white and the fresh milk, resulting in some creamy goodness.
Well, Chunde cuisine, of course, is famous for its freshwater fish, which I'm not a big fan of sometimes because it can be quite fishy. But this mud carp is delicious. It's not fishy at all. It's fresh, and the texture is really nice. Now, I was told that chef uses a slow pan-fried method to get the skin this crispy. To me, it tastes like it's been deep-fried, but it's not. And the meat is still really succulent and chewy in texture, and that's exactly how you want Chunde fish to be. And the way they get it to be like that is the chef and his team have to take the meat and they bash it against a hard surface hundreds of times. So you're not only eating the skills, but also effort.
If you think fortune cookies are the only notable Chinese dessert, think again. Awarded as one of UNESCO's City of Gastronomy, Sundak has a variety of sweet offerings that are as good as the savory dishes. The pan-fried glutinous rice dumplings with mashed coconut and peanut is a rare-fine classic sweet dim sum. The chef used a special rolling out technique for each layer of the rice dumplings to create a soft and chewy texture. The delectable dessert is definitely a perfect ending to this meal. Sundak has a strong foodie culture, and it has consistently nurtured some of China's finest chefs. No wonder it is always referred to as the heaven of Southern Chinese food. After the break, appreciate the color and abstraction of a Chinese master artist. And check out the latest trend in women's suits.
As one of the major art forms in China, Chinese painting has been a vital part of Chinese culture. However, over the past few decades, Chinese painters have been strongly influenced by the contemporary Western art, and consequently developed various new painting styles, rewriting the rules of classical tradition dramatically. Hi Shannon, this is such an interesting exhibition. So tell us, what exactly is contemporary Chinese art?
Contemporary Chinese art is what we call, you still keep the Chinese subject matter, but you use a more contemporary way to express it. So in a way of a composition and the techniques and the color sometimes. So you will see the Chinese subject matters being portrayed in a very freshly way.
How would you describe Chu Techun's artworks and what makes him a great artist?
So for Chu Techun, he is a good Chinese artist. He is very good in calligraphy and he's very good in portraying landscape and in painting, but he's also a very good Western artist. So he's a way of portraying Chinese subject matters using a very abstract and Western way, makes him kind of like the bridge between this Eastern and Western art. So in his artwork, you can see the techniques very abstract, but the subject matter is still very Chinese.
So what kind of message does Chu want to convey to his audience?
So for Chu Techun, he lived in France for most of his life, and he kind of absorbed all of the Western arts in his creation. But he is also keeping the roots of his Chinese roots. So you can also see the Chinese characters in his painting. So he kind of wants the viewers or the audience to see both characteristics in his painting. So people will see the Western and the Eastern in his painting. So I think the message is he wants to be the bridge between these two cultures.
And how do you think visitors will enjoy this exhibition?
So for this exhibition, actually we brought 16 of his very proactive works, so calligraphy and landscape painting. So it's kind of different to what we see in those auction houses like oil painting. So the visitor come to this exhibition, they can see a very important and attractive side of Chu Techun, the very poetic side of his art creation. When they come here, they can enjoy the very Chinese calligraphy works and also a very abstract gouache or ink on paper work.
Now, I know it's pretty hard to choose, but any pieces here you think visitors shouldn't miss when they come visit?
For the landscape painting, what we think about landscape painting will be very detail-oriented, and each rock, the texture of the rock or the river is very vivid. But for his abstract landscape painting, it's amazing that you can tell which one is mountain, which one is river from his very abstract portrait. So I think it's very interesting that the viewers come here, they can just figure out which part is which part from his abstract painting.
I think Chu Te-chun's works of art perfectly blends traditional Chinese painting techniques with Western abstract art. Now, despite the influence of Western culture, his works retain thick bonds with the aesthetics of ink painting and calligraphy. I particularly like the one that he did when he was traveling Northern Europe. Looking at it, you really get a sense of peacefulness. His artworks are so subtle yet so spectacular, and I think he is a great artist in his own right.
For many guys who want to dress to impress, they will usually go for a suit, be it for an important occasion, a wedding, or a job interview, because they think a suit can represent a sense of identity, power, and style. But who says that wearing a suit is a men's privilege? With experienced tailors, rocking a suit can be easy for us ladies too.
Born and raised in the tailoring industry family, Heyman has always been deeply passionate about the world of bespoke suits. He aspires to break the cycle of fast fashion through implementing customization apparel techniques in creating women's and men's suits.
As a tailor, what do you think about fast fashion?
If you look back into the history of apparel, fast fashion wasn't really a thing until early to mid-90s. It was always about customization, and nothing was really pre-made. As the son of a tailor, I was brought up in a tailor shop, and I was always told a suit has to be tailor-made into your own design and also measurements. Even if you go into any shops, you'll never be able to get a suit that fits like a glove in terms of the shoulder width, waist, sleeve things, details. It's not made for you, so you'll never be able to get something 100% as what you've visualized in your mind.
Yeah, I think when it comes to suits, the fitting is actually really important, and that's the beauty of bespoke suits. So I understand that you believe in a customized apparel approach. Can you tell us more about that?
So what I mean about customized apparel is nothing will be made before the order. It's really about the sustainability side of things, starting from what we use, the fabric. So everything I wear is natural fiber, which is degradable. Unlike fast fashion, most fabric are non-degradable, which is not environmental friendly. So at the end of the product life cycle, there will be a lot of wastage.
Yeah, that's right. In the recent years, we're all moving towards this sustainability trend. I'm also curious to know, you started women's bespoke suits. What inspired you to do that?
I mean, if you look back into the history of fashion, there's always such thing as qipao, which is a form of tailor-made suit. So for me, women's bespoke suit has always been a blind spot within the bespoke suit market. What I'm trying to promote here is to try and create a fusion between qipao and men's suiting.
From Heyman's perspective, the best power suit is not necessarily something that comes with a head-turning design, but rather an outfit that can make the wearer feel most comfortable. Back then, qipao was the epitome of fashion for socialites in Hong Kong. The body-hugging cuttings of qipaos were seen as the best way to accentuate the female silhouette. However, fashion is ever evolving. Nowadays, a bespoke suit can also create a dashing look that exudes femininity.
So what do you hope to bring to your customers through your creation?
So I'm trying to bring the awareness of sustainability, that's for sure. And also when we are looking at a garment, not that we're just looking at it, trying to look through it. By what it means is where it's from, what it's made by, and who made it. And the second part would be surfacing a wider audience range. There will be something suitable for different types of body shape and price range. So do not hesitate whenever you come to a tailor shop. There will be something for you. so I enjoyed the whole experience.
Getting made to measure and tailored clothes is truly a personal experience. Just like the bespoke suit I'm wearing right now, it's perfectly fitted, making it all the more stylish. Plus, it uses environmentally friendly fabric, which promotes sustainability, making it more meaningful.
And that's all the time we have for this week's episode. If you enjoy what we've introduced and want to find out more, simply check out our program website. In the coming weeks, sit back and take pleasure in gourmet food from around the world. Explore ways to look gorgeous. Keep up with the latest trends and connect with inspiring people from different backgrounds. So be sure to tune in again next time.